Good morning. I want to share a story that I've just heard, and it made me slightly emotional, and I think it's very relevant, and it might help a lot of us to understand what we do and why we do what we do. So the story is about a teacher. The teacher's name is Miss Thompson. Miss Thompson was a fifth year grade teacher in school. She went into teaching to help children. She wanted to teach children and see them progress. But she also wanted to have a sense of touching people's lives. But as she went through the whole school system, she realized that there's a system in place, and there's procedures and labeling of children, and she started to become very disheartened as the time went on, to the point where she felt like she was in the wrong job and she wasn't touching people's lives. The year ended. The children that she was teaching, they went up to the next grade, and the new children entered her class, and she noticed a boy. She had seen this boy. His name was Teddy Strottum. Now, Teddy Strottum was classified as a delinquent, behavior issue. Low grades, very dirty child, got into fights, but was tough, kept himself closed, didn't speak to people, and was slightly rude sometimes. Now, it was her duty to speak to the previous teacher, year 4 teacher. And the teacher said to Miss Thompson, the year 4 teacher said to Miss Thompson, well, good luck, you got Teddy in your class, you're going to have a tough year. As the children settled and the first day finished, the children went home, she pulled out the report of Teddy. Now, in the report, she started from year 1. And in year 1, Teddy's report read, delightful child, amazing child, is going to progress, is getting full grades, is very intelligent. Haven't met an intelligent child like this before. Year 2, Teddy's troubled. His grades are slipping. He's disconnecting from his friends. He's troubled by his mother's terminal cancer illness, which is terminal cancer. And the father is not being as supportive as he should be, because he's obviously troubled as well. Year 3. Teddy seems lost. He's taken his mother's death really harsh. His grades are very low. He's getting into a lot of fights. His behavior issue is very bad. Year 4 report. Teddy's a delinquent. He's not understanding anything. He's not taking in anything. He's a lost child. There's nothing we can do for him. Year 5 was Miss Thompson's class. At that point, Miss Thompson had tears in her eyes. She understood what Teddy must have been going through the process. And she realized that the school system that she was in was wrong. That was not the correct way of labeling children, of seeing children as bad, as a loss, as no way of helping them. She decided at that point to stop teaching through procedures and start teaching through care, compassion, love. She remembered her mission on why she actually went into teaching. She went into teaching to change children's lives. So, as the story progressed, she not only did this for Teddy, she did this for the entire class. She cared for them. She showed a lot of compassion. She understood individual children's needs, but one thing she didn't do was keep everyone's equal. She had one favorite, Teddy. She favoritized him. Every time he would do something, she would congratulate him. She would boost his confidence up. She would do this for all the children, but more for Teddy, because she realized Teddy needed it more than anyone else. Teddy started to progress. Teddy realized that someone cared. He started to open up slightly. He started to speak to other children. His behavior issue, his misbehavior issue started to decrease. However, the school board did not like what Miss Thompson was doing. They called Miss Thompson into the office and said, "You can't do that. That's not the way we teach here. You have to follow procedure. You need to assess children, analyze children, and label them. And that's it. The children that have no hope, we push them to the side. The ones that do have hope, we focus on them, and we just want to make sure that we get the grades that are passed so we get our funding." Now, Miss Thompson was in a conflict at this point. Does she go back to the old way or continue in this new way of caring for the children? The way that she had wished teaching had been. Luckily for the class, she continued. That year, that class got the top marks in the entire county. The board were amazed. They didn't understand how that had happened. They stopped saying, "Stop doing that," to asking Miss Thompson, "How did you do that?" But not only did she achieve the highest marks, Teddy got amazing marks. Teddy got the highest marks that he had ever got. He was top in the class. Now, Teddy brought a leaving gift for Miss Thompson. It was wrapped up in a rough paper bag, handed to her. The children all stood there curious to see what it is. Miss Thompson opened it, and it was a broken bracelet and a quarter full of perfume. The children started to laugh. Teddy felt slightly embarrassed. He looked down. Miss Thompson put it on. She's told everyone to be quiet. This is the most beautiful gift she's ever had. She sprayed herself. When the class ended, Teddy went up to her and thanked her and said, "Today, Miss Thompson, you smell like my mother the Christmas before she passed away." And he left the class. Obviously, Miss Thompson sat down and burst into tears. Years went by. Miss Thompson received a letter from Teddy. It said, "Miss Thompson, in college, I have graduated top in my class, top in the whole year. And I just wanted to tell you, you're the best teacher I have ever had." A few years later, he received Miss Thompson received another letter, and the letter read, "Miss Thompson, I've just finished my degree. I've got first-class degree in medicine. I'm going to be helping a lot of people, and I just want to thank you, and I just want to let you know that you're the best teacher I have ever had." A few years later, a third letter was received by Miss Thompson, and it read, "Miss Thompson, I'm doing great. I've met someone I've fallen in love with them, and I want to marry them. My father passed away a few years back, and I don't have anyone to sit at the seat of where my parents were meant to sit, and I would like to invite you to come and sit there." Miss Thompson was overwhelmed. She went to that wedding. She wore the bracelet. She had kept the perfume. She poured the perfume on her. And when she was there, Teddy realized that she was wearing the bracelet and the spray, he hugged Miss Thompson and said, "Miss Thompson, even though I lost my mother those few years back, I had found a new mother, and the mother was within you. You changed my life." And Miss Thompson looked at Teddy and said, "You're wrong, Teddy. You actually changed my life." So the moral of the story is, through care and compassion, through teaching with care and compassion, and never labeling children, we don't realize the domino effect that we have in people's lives. Because in our industry, we're in the nursery industry, we change lives without realizing. And that's where I just want to end it off. So have a great day. Think about how many lives you're going to touch, how many children's lives you're going to change, and just realize that we change lives. Have a great day.